Hello, this is an update on this course, Win by Ethics. It's a 2-day version. And the 2-day version is a different actually from the 1-day version in the sense that we include a real world case study. And perhaps from next year onwards, we should title it as Win by Ethics, Sun Tzu, Teaching of Sun Tzu Against Conspiracy. Now, why is this course relevant for accountants in particular? Well, CFO especially, right, make corporate decisions through meetings, and therefore we would train CFOs, accountants to be CFOs in the future when they go for board meetings to be able to sense if there is a conspiracy that is ongoing against them in all probability. Now, here in this workshop, 2-day workshop, right, we utilize mainly one real world case, the meeting at 1C that was a conspiracy to launch the Holocaust that killed very sadly 6 million Jews.
Overriding the stormtroopers. So that is who I am.
Hallo, Eichmann, SS Gestapo, Office of Jewish Affairs, and that should be, yes, that's all.
And I'm Haitik, SS Chief of Right Security Main Office. And
Now, but what we do is that we actually utilize two versions of the conspiracy modeling of the conspiracy meeting. One by the German, and the earlier one, that's the German version, and then also the HBO version, which is in English. And then we compare and contrast, and some of the things that we look into, for example, while the strategy open to Kissinger, in the meeting, what could he have done before, during, and after the meeting? And there's also Stuttgart. And what could Stuttgart have done? And one thing very interesting about the modeling of this conspiracy, this meeting in 1C, was that there are slight variations between the British modeling and the German modeling. So some stratagems could be applied in the German meeting, could not be applied in the British version.
Modesty, I am the code.
they established the fundamental legality for the creation of a Jew-free society.
But more interestingly, right, in the update is really on Trump. We actually, the whole idea of win by ethics is to win by strategy, and we look at what Trump did in this workshop. As a core component of this 2-day workshop is the 36 stratagems, and especially we like to to use this stratagem as a window, as a lens to look at strategy by, for example, political leaders. Now, Trump is very interesting in the sense that we try to decode his stratagems over the period of the election. Now, one of the key things we notice is that about Trump and the eagle. I don't know whether you realize that there's an interesting clip that was put up by Times. And to Sun Tzu, eagle is a great bird. And from the eagle, Sun Tzu learns about the nature of timing, that how the eagle could time so well in capturing a rat from high up. It looks down and sees the the rabbit, and it can goes down all the way, rat or rabbit, and capture it in a timely fashion. Well, for Trump, right, if you see this little clip, right, you find that he actually says that the bald eagle shouldn't be part of the American culture or heritage. Now, anyway, all right, we noticed that we use these 36 stratagems. One of them was very interestingly that Trump was actually the first president, I think, in the US that actually draws heavily on religion, evangelism to be particular, right, for election purposes. And from the 36 stratagem perspective, this would be like 借刀杀人. That means to say to borrow the influence or the power of a strategy of somebody's or some influential forces for its own purpose of the election. Then, of course, we find that there's another plan after he, apparently lost the election and to Biden. Then he started to have this Supreme Court, a series of Supreme Court cases. That, from the Chinese 36 stratagem perspective, you could say it is like this: the San Liuqi, looking at it from Wu Zhong Shen Yu, there's actually no case at all. But as they say, if you repeat the thing loud enough, often enough, and you pursue it strong enough, eager enough, maybe you can find something there. That is Wu Zhong Shen Yu and other stratagems. So, actually, looking at Trump, you can see that there's a series of Chinese stratagems that can explain the nature of his strategy. And of course, I believe that he will have to leave on 21st of January. And then of course, the question of civil war arising. There's a fear, and I hope that doesn't really happen. The inconceivable would be that United States will be disintegrated, and in that disintegration, where is the real risk? Now, America has this military doctrine, and that is the first strike principle as far as nuclear strategy is concerned. Now, just imagine America split into, different parts. Let's say 2 parts, and then you find that there could well be a real danger of U.S. obliterated by Americans themselves in the exchange of nuclear warfare. Or let's hope it doesn't happen, because America is a great country and should stay on great. Thank you so much.